Ladies and gentlemen, what it do? I am your host, Young Bo Easy, and I would like to welcome you to the show. You are now tuned in to the Knicks vibes. Hey man, I'm feeling good, man. Ladies and gentlemen, lock it down. We got 4 in a row. Knicks doing their thing, man. Tonight coming away with the W. Knicks 112, the Kings 99. Great game, top to bottom. Uh, Obviously, there's some things we could work on. You know what I'm saying? No team is perfect and all that stuff. But hey, man, tonight is mostly good, and I'm gonna take you into it, man, for sure. All right. But we're gonna start off with saying like, comment, subscribe, share with your peoples, man. Truly appreciate you guys tuning into the show, man. I'll try to put in some more shorts. I see you guys pretty much like those also. So anytime I got a hot take, I'll be sure to deliver those and you know what I mean, give you my 2 cents. All right. Whether you returning or a new viewer, man, I truly appreciate it, man. Please continue to tune in, like, comment, subscribe, share with your peoples, man. But you know what we here for, man. You know the vibes, man. All right. We here for the blue and orange, man. We bleed that. All right. Here we go. Coming into this game, Sacramento being one of the top scoring teams, I believe they was number 2 as far as best offense. So high-powered offense, man. Although they was missing De'Aaron Fox, once again, like I say, anytime we playing dudes that got injuries, this isn't that's not our fault. Um, we just got to play the game that's on paper for us. All right, so they chose to, sit him down for whatever reason. I'm not too sure why he was out, but nonetheless, he was out. All right, so and this being one of the top offenses in the league, and our defense turning, things around in these last couple of games, and creating this streak, we wanted to see if this thing is for real, for real. All right, and that's something we're gonna discuss later. Best believe that. All right. So held them to 22 points, man, in the first quarter. So you gotta love it, man. So what it seemed like to me, man, is literally everybody had a battery in their back. Like I can't even make this up. It was just a ball of energy everywhere. Like no matter who was touching the ball, it was just energy, 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 energy. And I really like that, man. So we finished with 36 points in that first quarter, so 36-22, and Randall is still on one. Like with these first quarters going bananas. 15 points in the first quarter, man. Definitely did his thing, man. Brunson was getting some buckets too. Quick throwing his 2 cents, man. And, it was just good basketball to watch, especially that first quarter. All right, so going into the second, man, we did the same thing. We got a lead now. All right, going into the, I believe it was a 14, 16-point lead, 14-point lead. It was supposed to be 16. Well, it was supposed to, but Quick hit one at the buzzer, but they took that one off because he didn't make it in time. So 14-point lead. Uh, and you hoping that we could. It's about lead management now. You hoping that we could, keep that energy or better, especially if you want to compete. You know what I'm saying? You want to take things to the next level, and I feel like that's something that this team want to do. We above 500, and in this game, you thinking, all right, we want to get to that above 500 mark and prove that we could compete with these other teams. So, you that starts with when you got to lead, you got to figure out how to keep it. All right, so that was pretty much the trend. Since you want to get a big lead in this first quarter, can we keep it going the whole time? And the second quarter was pretty much just the same thing. Hey, Randall continued literally to go off. You know what I'm saying? And everyone to me that stepped on the court in that second quarter just did their thing. Everybody made an impact of some sort. You know what I'm saying? And it's not stuff that's gonna necessarily show up on the stat sheet, but I feel like everybody that was touching the ball made an impact. Whether it's defensively, offensively, like if they were on the court, they were making an impact. And you can't ask for more than that. You know what I'm saying? So they had a better second quarter, the Kings. Uh, Keegan Murray, man, great talent. I think that's a great draft pick for them, man. Somebody who could definitely hit the outside shot because Domantas Sabonis is somebody who's comfortable in the paint. Um, so not only can he get into the paint, but he can also shoot that thing from outside, man. He hit 2 threes in the later minutes of the second quarter, and that helped them cut the lead to a certain point at 11. But hey, every time they was knocking one, we came right back and was knocking it too, man. So we held them to 50 points, man. And once again, I like to say, what more could you ask for? You're talking about one of the most high-powered offenses in the NBA at this moment, and you held them to 50 points. You know what I'm saying? What more could you ask for, man? Stop playing, all right? The third quarter, everything was great again. You know what I'm saying? My only problem with this game as a whole is the matchup. Well, I won't say my only one. One of my main problems was the Hartenstein Sabonis matchup. Sabonis is just gonna pump fake you to death up until you buy it, and Hartenstein just kept buying it, and plus he just wasn't reacting well to the body that Sabonis was putting on him, and just getting in the paint in there and doing what he wanted to do almost. You know what I'm saying? So um, I felt like that could have been played better. We won the game at the end of the day, so that's all that matters. But I just felt like that matchup, I did not like that at all. Um, Me as a coach personally, I see like a matchup like that. I think I would have went Sims. Sims has a bigger body and all that stuff, and all you got to do is just tell bro stay on his feet. And I think we could have held Sabonis, his points down a little bit. He definitely helped us out at the free throw line tonight. He missed a lot at the line. So we were done some favors at the end of the day, but at the same time we did those favors for ourselves. We put the right people at the free throw line. But other than that, man, everything is moving according to plan at that point in the third quarter. We have a lead on the team that is, at any moment could just go bananas. So we just had to stay on point, and we did just that, ladies and gentlemen. And that continued pretty much for the rest of the game, man. All right, the fourth quarter was pretty much, um, it was a, it was tough. All right, it was gritty. It was something that we had to pull out. They kept fighting to the end and things of that nature, which you expect from a team like that who got a bunch of people that can just go off like a Malik Monk. And Sabonis is, somebody you got to respect when it comes to scoring in the paint and just being able to dish. You know who his father is if you really, really watch basketball. So he can also dish it and get people open, whether it's on a backdoor play and this, over screens and things of that nature. So it was really, really gritty for our team to pull this win out in the fourth quarter, and there was a reason why, but that's not something I'm going to discuss right at this moment. Ladies and gentlemen, what I'd rather do is go straight into Easy's star of the show. Pause. I want to go straight into the segment, Easy Star of the Show. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you none other than Broadway RJ Bache. You understand what's going on here, man? Call my number 9. Yo, listen, 27 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 blocks, 3 steals, 9 for 21 from the field, 42%. Hey man, this is a phenomenal game. This is a phenomenal game through and through. Gotta respect it, man. He fought hard, man. Going into listen, I have the Bleacher Report thing open, all right, and going into the fourth quarter, he played 32 minutes already up to that point. And if I'm not mistaken, he played the whole fourth quarter. This man played 46 minutes tonight. He rested for 2. Ridiculous. Come on, man. It's listen, RJ deserves these next 2 days off. He's been playing some good basketball in the past week. And these last 2 games, 26 and now 27, and a full stat line, man. You see, he was all over the floor tonight. I think he would have shot more efficiently if he didn't have to play so many minutes for reasons that I'm going to discuss later. But You can't ask for more than this, man. You cannot ask for more than this. This is what you're supposed to do as a young leader, and I think he has a lot of great leadership qualities. He pulled that team together at the end and did what he had to do. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, what I'm going to do is jump into the stats. All right, very very quickly. For the Kings, man, we're gonna cover some of the sexy stats. All right, so Harrison Barnes, 15, 2 and 2 in 35 minutes, 18 and 7 for Keegan Murray in 35 minutes, 20, 12 and 4 in 39 minutes for Domantas Sabonis. Really nice stats there. 17, 5 and 6 for Kevin Huerter, and 12, 4 and 1 for Malik Monk in 23 minutes. On the side for the Knicks, you see R.J. Barrett. Pardon me, he rested for 4 minutes. He had 44 minutes, so he must have rested for maybe 2 minutes in that quarter. I must have missed that, but I know going into the fourth quarter, he had 32 minutes accumulated already. So even still, man, playing 44 minutes in a game is just ridiculous. And there's certain circumstances that happen in this game that caused him to have to play those minutes. But it is what it is, man. Listen, 27, 8 and 3 in 27 minutes for Julius Randle, man. Really, really was playing ball tonight, man. Had a great game. Normally he should be the player of the game, but this time I went for R.J. Barrett. All right, 12 and 9 in 19 minutes. Jalen Brunson, 18, 3 and 3. Um, And that might be something I have to add to the takeaways. I didn't think about that part right there. 12, 4 and 2 uh, for Emmanuel Quickly. All right. 7, 6 and 3, Quentin Grimes. 4 and 9 for Isaiah Hartenstein. And then, of course, you got my man's Miles McBride in 21 minutes, accumulated 5 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've been watching, you already know what the vibes is, man. I know y'all like this. I know y'all like the takeaways. We're going to take it to the last segment, man. Uh, and I know some of y'all like it more than most. I'll be watching, all right? But we we ain't going to speak on them things, all right? Ladies and gentlemen, what I will do is replace the Is It Real with the Jalen Brunson situation. Is It Real was originally about the defense. You know what I'm saying? You're wondering about what's going on with the defense. Um, is this defense for real? And today I feel like we proved that, ladies and gentlemen. I think this defense is for real. You held one of the top offenses in the league to under 100 points. You know, at the beginning of the season, I was really really just confused on what's good defense. You know, does holding teams 100 to under 100 still apply? Is it still possible? Obviously, it's possible, but it's like a lot of teams are scoring over 100 in the third quarter now. You know what I'm saying? So is good defense still? I just felt like it just had to be graded different. But ladies and gentlemen, hey, defense is still defense, and the addition of Quentin Grimes and Miles McBride into the lineup more potently and giving them more minutes has proved to do its justice. All right, and that's something I'm going to discuss a little further on. But um, Jalen Brunson took a like he fell really really badly today, man. Went up, tried to take the contact and then go up, but when he was going up, landed completely like pretty much on the hip, on the left hip there, and he hit the floor hard, man, hard. I So at certain points like this, you know, if your player is saying he wants to play cool and he seems like he's in good shape, that's no problem. I believe that was right before halftime. Uh, but sometimes as a coach, you can make that decision. I'm not saying this was the time to do that. Uh, but at the same time, you could take it into consideration because we had a good lead, and it was a hell of a fall, man. It was a pretty tough fall. All right, but Jalen Brunson is a tough one, man. He came through and was able to play ball still. You know, what I mean, he had a good game today. I believe 18, 3 and 3. Once you look at the stats, and the problem is being in the game again. I believe fourth quarter with 9 minutes left. Uh, was playing defense on Davion Mitchell, guarded it the right way. They're falling. Davion Mitchell falls on his right ankle as he falls back and hits the stanchion. I believe that's what you call it. And then he's not in good shape. So I believe it could be a sore ankle or maybe even maybe a low level sprain. I'm not too sure. They didn't let the info go just 100% just yet. Um, but these are the type of things you think of, man. And Jalen Brunson, who knows if he's around for the next couple of games. But these dudes are out there playing big minutes, and I can't blame it fully on the coach, all right? It's going to come around full circle as I speak on the next topic, which is spoke too soon, all right? Um, Listen, man, it's been a trend where Julius Randle has been playing ball, man. He's playing phenomenal. And literally mid-game, my thoughts are, yo, this dude is delivering. And though when you speak on long term, it still is the right decision to probably make a move and get him to another team so we can free up space to get an actual number one option um, that'll benefit us in the long term. But he's playing ball right now, and I'm literally thinking to myself as the game is going, let me just stop speaking on this trade stuff because this dude is putting up numbers that you have to respect. And I spoke too soon. He had 27 points at the first half in 27 minutes of he 24 minutes at that point, but then he played 3 minutes in the second half and gets an offensive rebound, I believe, where I feel like you should have kicked it out and we could just start the offense over. You know what I'm saying? Like just bring the ball up top and we run the offense again. He wanted to force it on three people. It got hit. I don't remember the play at 100%, but apparently he got hit, and he was really fired up about that. So you got one tech for letting your emotions go and things of that nature. Cool, I'm fine with that. But then you went chasing the other ref also, and then you're, barking at that one, and you get another tech. All right, so we already got a big situation going on. Brunson took a hit early in this game before halftime. When we come out of half, we're still playing really, really good, man. I'm talking about Randall was directing offense, putting people in the right place, man, doing something. If we had this Randall against the Atlanta Hawks when we played them in the playoffs, we would have annihilated them. All we would have needed was probably Mitch. That would have been the big difference there, like if Mitch was there or not. But this Randall is maneuvering in the double teams and making the right decisions. And they kept sending that double team. It was not working. He kept dishing and we were making the right play. Whether it was a hockey assist or it was literally him just getting the assist, he kept making the right play. But then you get hits. And this is when you're thinking, okay, we already got an 8 to 9 man rotation. Our point guard is banged up because he took a huge hit earlier. And you get two techs and get ejected. This isn't qualities of a leader. This is by no means is this qualities of a leader. You have to stay in this game. You have to get a hold of your emotions. And listen, man, get this team together and let's finish this game strong, man. F these refs. You know what I mean? You're never gonna get these calls 100% perfect, but every game you got something to say to the refs. So I'm sitting here, I spoke too soon. I want everything to say good about this guy. I'm ready. Halftime, I'm like, man, this dude played the game. He's easy to start his show. I'm getting ready to go off. I don't want to mention trades anymore. You come through second half and you do this. You get two texts. Now we have McBride, Grimes, Emmanuel Quickly, RJ Barrett out there with either Mitchell Robinson and Hartenstein. These dudes are playing big minutes. They're gassed. We already got an 8-man lineup, which takes me into my next takeaway, aka Lego my ego, which is, you know what I'm saying? I don't even know why I say aka. Lego your ego. This is for Tibbs, but at the same time, this is two-part. takeaway. Let go your ego / can't risk it. In a situation like this, you might want to get a dude like Cam, like onto the floor because our point guard is banged up. We got 3 guards out there. None of them are necessarily a true 3 and D. Like there is no actual small forward out there. You have 4 shooting guards / point guards. Quentin Grimes, Quickly, McBride, RJ Barrett. None of these dudes are an actual 3. And then you got a center. You might want to bring in somebody, but at the same time, the can't risk it part is, am I exposing myself on defense? So I'm 50-50 there with Tibbs. And all of that is because we were exposed because our quote-unquote star player wanted to get 2 texts because one call didn't go his way. Was it necessary? We were able to pull this game out, but the dudes were so, like, you could just tell these dudes were gassed. There was hand on hips at certain points. Anybody playing 44 minutes in an NBA game, like, bro, this, he was still making good plays, man, but it never needs to get to that. Thank God we got 2 days off. We got Monday, Tuesday off, and we get back to it on Wednesday. Thank God for that. RJ could use it all. But this is the stuff I'm talking about. So I might have spoke too soon, and we're 7th seed now with this win. But do we still need to make a move? Because this is, at the end of the day, we know a move needs to be made when we're talking about long term. But now with the last takeaway, it's what to expect. What to expect, because the team's playing good. We done figured out a recipe. We're going 8-man, 9-man lineup. When Obi comes back, I'm pretty much that's just the 9-man. Jericho Sims will probably lose minutes again because Hartenstein is in there. So we know the 9-man lineup. We play lockdown defense. Julius Randle is still getting buckets. RJ Barrett seems to be more comfortable because Grimes is helping him, and he doesn't have to really play great defense like, on the main star of the other team or the main most effective player on the other team. He could split that a little bit and just do his thing and have more energy to provide on the offense. So in a way, everybody's helping each other out. But what to expect now when these doors for the trade open up? You know what I'm saying? Which is in a couple of days, I believe 4 days, when you can finally start to make trades. Are we still going to trade Julius Randle? Are we still going to start to make trades for well, I know the Cam Reddishes and the Fourniers, and is Emmanuel Quickly still in there? Because he played a good game for you today on both ends, and apparently he's the best at guarding the perimeter on this team on an individual level. Do you still trade somebody like that when your coach's real identity is all defense? What to expect when these doors open? Because we're playing ball right now. And then we got Chicago, I believe, back-to-back, which are winnable games. I want to win it all. I want to win those games. We got the Bulls back-to-back, and then we got the Pacers. These are games we could win before we link up with the Warriors and the Raptors. I mean, back to real competition. But the Bulls, twice. And then the Pacers, I think we could win all 3. Let's get a 7-game winning streak going on, and then we play the Warriors and see what's up there. Because we competed with them too, we just let off the gas. So what to expect? That's the thing for me now. You know what I mean? We getting these great first quarters from Julius, and then even Jalen Brunson was going nuts in the first quarter, finally got his energy back, just the best that he played. But now, is Jalen Brunson even going to play the next game? So we already down to a 8-man lineup, 9-man lineup. If Jalen Brunson doesn't play, I mean, it's just next man up. So what? Quickly is starting, and then McBride. Like, what do we what to expect? You got a coach that plays guys high volume minutes. Sometimes in games that we don't need to be in. In the Hornets, that game was over. But we still got players in the game. You sending Brunson back in to just ruin his stats more, honestly. Like, we're not really cared about stats, but I mean, that's pretty much what he came in the game to do. So this was his best game probably since the Dallas game. And I don't know. This game was a great win. I don't want to take anything away from that. But these are the facts. Your star player can't be making moves like this. You can't just take yourself out the game because you want to call. Every game he has something to say to the refs. Bro, you're never going to get 100%. Let's play ball. You playing basketball right now. You playing some of the best basketball that you ever played. Let's play ball. The whole team is balling right now. We playing lockdown defense right now. And ladies and gentlemen, we are still putting the ball in the hoop. If these dudes weren't so gassed, we would probably be going for another 120. If Julius Randle was in there and then they were exchanging minutes and RJ Barrett could sit down and then Tibbs just keeps shifting those subs like that. Even if it's a 9-man rotation, I'm not tripping, bro, because that's what we've been doing these past 4 games. But it's like, at least you have one more person to shift minutes with. But now a lot of these dudes can't sit because one person got ejected and now your point guard is banged up. You're putting people in a tough position. Just because you want to get emotional. You're putting people in a tough position. I mean, so long term, we need a leader who's going to keep his head even keeled in games like this. The coach, these high volume minutes, we need to get people that he trusts all through and through so we can maybe get back to a 10-man lineup. And when the game is over, we can just sit these people down. They don't need to be playing minutes. That's not necessary. It's not the playoffs yet. And it seems like we in shooting range for the playoffs. Like, we're a very respectable team, especially if this defense keeps up. All right, so that's what it is for me, ladies and gentlemen, man. I'm wondering what to expect. The door's open in four days. And I'm wondering what these trade moves are going to be. Are we just going to try to get some picks? You know what I mean? So we can make that first move and stick with this team and see how far we could take it. Which, you know, at the end of the day, I'm going to root for my Knicks. When we talking about long term, we're not doing ourselves any favors being a mid-tier team. We put ourselves low. I mean, like, we put ourselves in a position where we lose maybe first round. And if we get lucky, early second round. Because there's just some teams that we can't compete with just yet. And that's the reality. And then we take ourselves out of the lottery situation. So what are we doing? You know what I'm saying? So I want this team to win at all times. I'm always going to be rooting for us to win. I'm never going to say go tank. I want to win. But we got to think long term, especially with the way they're just trying to rack up first round pick after first round pick. The reason you want to trade quickly is so you could get a first round pick. You know you probably can't get that for a Fournier. You know you can't get that for a Derrick Rose. You're probably not going to get that for a Cam Reddish because the people haven't seen enough. These are the facts. So, what to expect? All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's my show. All right, you've been tuned in with your boy, Young, Bo, Easy. All right, you already know what the vibes is on this side, man. Love, gratitude, positive attitude. We got it back to back. with the Chicago Bulls, man. And when that one is done, man, I'll be here to give you my breakdown on that one, man. Hopefully, we're talking about a dub, and then another dub, and then another dub, and then we face the dubs. Come on, man. Stop playing, all right? Hey, I'll catch you on the next one.